Intro. How many papers is too many? Imagine being told you are too productive for science. Recently, major scientific publishers like IEEE have introduced some draconian new rules. Submit more than 36 papers a year? Instant rejection. Your name gets flagged. Share an author list with someone who broke the rules? You're blacklisted. On the surface, this sounds entirely reasonable. It sounds like a necessary crackdown on paper mills, ghostwriters, and academic fraud. But if you look closer, this is actually the ultimate proof of cargo cult science. These arbitrary rules are a desperate attempt to treat a symptom, while ignoring a much more profound disease, the rampant formalism that has completely replaced true scientific cognition in modern academia. Today, we are going to talk about how academic research devolved into an academic game, and how modern science lost its way. The tragedy of modern academia, when formalism replaces true scientific cognition. Act I, Goodhart's Law and the Gamification of Science. Let's start with a basic truth, Goodhart's Law. It states that when a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. When the SCI Impact Factor was first designed, it was actually a pretty good way to measure a paper's value. But what happened? The entire global academic community realized the immense financial, social, and career dividends tied to these metrics. A rat running in a wheel, transitioning to a printing press churning out paper. Suddenly, science wasn't about finding the truth, it was about optimizing the metric. We saw the rise of resource exchange authorships, paper splicing, and mass submissions. The SCI Impact Factor stopped representing academic value and became a target for professional gamification. So, journals panicked. They created caps, like no more than N papers a year. But this bureaucratic restriction fundamentally misunderstands how true scientific breakthroughs happen. Act 2, how true innovation actually works. When a true master emerges in any era, it is precisely because their thoughts diverge from the mainstream consensus. And a genuinely paradigm-shifting idea does not exist in isolation. Let me give you a personal example. The microwave absorption paradigm shift. For over half a century, the impedance matching theory dominated the field of microwave absorption. But my team and I discovered that this foundational theory was fundamentally flawed. Now, a flawed theory is logically inconsistent from every perspective. So, once we broke through this taboo, once we reached a new height of intellectual clarity, it became incredibly easy for us to point out its contradictions from dozens of different angles. Angles that no one had noticed for 50 years. New ideas welled up like a natural spring. We produced a massive amount of groundbreaking work, not because we were running a paper mill, but because we shattered a false consensus. By decreeing that a researcher can only publish a set number of papers a year, modern academia is actually punishing true innovation. It's an administrative band-aid applied by people who conflate the mere observation of experimental phenomena with actual, deep scientific cognition. Act 3, the test-taker generation, the Gaokao analogy. To understand how we got scientists who just play the game, we have to look at how we select talent. I am a scholar from the class of '77 in China. In 1977, the first year the Gaokao, the college entrance exam, was reinstated, the questions were remarkably simple. Yet, that simple exam successfully selected a generation of brilliant minds who genuinely understood knowledge and could apply it to real-world problems. Archival black and white photos of students studying in 1977 contrasted with modern, highly stressful exam cram schools. Today, the exam questions are astronomically more difficult. But who are they selecting? They are largely selecting one-year wonders, mediocrities trained strictly as professional test takers. They are excellent at solving complex, artificial exam questions, but they lack the fundamental capacity to use knowledge to challenge the unknown. If I were to take today's exam, I probably wouldn't get into university. Why? Because when a test is uncorrupted by mass gamification, simple exams find true geniuses. But once everyone realizes the money and status an exam provides, a massive industry of drilling and shortcut seeking emerges. The system no longer selects the smartest, it selects the most cunning. Act 4, the theoretical poverty of modern peer review. And what happens when these cunning test takers grow up? They become the gatekeepers of modern science. They become professors, reviewers, and journal editors. A blurred screenshot of a rejection letter, highlighting the words associate editor and rejected. Recently, we submitted a manuscript to the IEEE Transactions on Microwave Theory and Techniques. Reviewer number 1 fundamentally understood our groundbreaking manuscript. Yet, the associate editor, supposedly a top expert in the field, completely lacked the theoretical depth to comprehend it and rejected the paper. This isn't just bad luck, it is systemic. I've documented this in my recent SSRN paper titled, From Academic Research to Academic Games, How Modern Science Lost Its Way. You can find the link in the description. I am a genuinely qualified full professor, because my theoretical depth is worthy of the title. Yet, if I were to apply for academic tenure under today's metric-obsessed, gamified system, I likely wouldn't even qualify as an associate professor. Today's titled professors boast mountains of publications in top-tier SCI journals, but let's be honest, a vast majority of their output is intellectual garbage. Publishing in top journals is no longer a hallmark of academic excellence, it is merely a testament to one's ability to play the game. Conclusion. The formalism crippling modern science, the arbitrary publication caps, the obsession with impact factors, and the inability of editors to recognize paradigm-shifting theories is a dire warning. We are living in an era of unprecedented technological output, yet profound intellectual decline. Until academia stops rewarding superficial test-takers and returns to valuing deep, substantive theoretical truth, science will remain nothing more than a highly sophisticated game. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, please read my full article on Substack, and check out my detailed research paper on SSRN. The links are right below the like button. What do you think? Has the pressure to publish or perish ruined your field of research? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the realities of modern science. Thank you for watching, and keep questioning the consensus.